Chapter 4 Make Field Pictures Section 1 Introduction to Picture Editor. In this chapter, we will use the powerful graphic tool of Kiska 3.1 to make pictures simulating real workflow. Pictures elements include pipe, valve, pump, reaction kettle, storage tank. To make these pictures, we will use Genius and the graphic model as well. We make pictures such as monitoring picture, trend picture, alarm picture, and diagram picture, and so on. In Kiska 3.1 Picture Editor, we can also set animation to elements on pictures, white control scripts to buttons, and other operations. Picture Editor provides the basic tool, advanced tool, Windows UI tool, and also Genius, so development efficiency is greatly enhanced. Start Picture Editor using the following method. Click Graphic Editor from the Edit menu, and then Picture Editor pops up. Picture Editor includes menu bar, toolbar, toolbox, edit interface, animation link window, content window, object browser window, and property configuration window. You can switch to wheel at any time to text picture while you are making pictures in the picture editor, so it improves productivity and reduces development time. Tools in Picture Editor are composed of three parts: Basic Tool, Advanced Tool, and Windows UI. Each element contains a series property, such as name, size, location, and other graphical properties. Users can modify these properties according to their needs. Each object also has its own special property. For detailed information of object property, refer to Kiska menu. Next, we will introduce how to create various elements. Create picture. Open File menu, Picture Editor, and choose New Picture. New Picture dialog box pops up. Input picture name as study. Set picture size and then click OK. 1. Round rectangle. Choose round rectangle from Basic Tool, and then put the element on the picture. Pen, rectangle boundary property. Brush, rectangle brush property. Draw option, rectangle display property. First, we set pen property. We choose line width as 3 and the other as default. Then we set brush property. Draw option property can be used to set display mode. For configuration details of other properties, refer to the user manual. 2. Text. Text is used to display a text string and can only display a single row. The size of the text is adjusted according to text element size. It is suitable for value output for multiple lines of text display. Text box or rich editor is suggested. The following are some properties of the text box. Text, content to display, text font of the text, text brush, color of the text. Choose letter T from Basic Tool, and then draw a box onto the picture. You can set text content content, text size, text color, and other properties. We set text property as double point, then use animation link end and choose analog output. Connect to tag linkage level. 3. Pipe. Pipe is a special element to express a walled object with a flow inside. The properties of a pipe are as follows. Outer width, set the width of the pipe external wall. Outer color, set the color of the pipe external wall. Inner width, set the width of the pipe internal. Inner color, set the color of the pipe internal. Choose pipe from basic tool. Draw a pipe in the picture and then configure width and color properties according to your need. Double-click pipe, open end mask pipe flow, and then choose water pipe as discrete input value on the pop-up dialog box. If the tag water pump value is 1, pipe flows. Four. Button. Button can be set as common button and polymorphic button. Some properties of the button are as follows. Float style. Set the appearance of the button. Font. Set the font on the button. Background. Set the background color of the button. Foreground. Set the front color of the button, which is the text color. Style. Here are two options for you, normal and poly. If the button is in the style of normal, the color selected in background property is used as the background color of the button, and if poly is selected, the following properties will be used to set the background color of the button, where the button is in corresponding circumstance. Pressed background. Set the background color of the button when the button is pressed down. Focused background. Set the background color of the button when the button is focused. Displayed background. Set the background color of the button when the button cannot be manipulated by that is enable property is set to false. Caption. Set the text displayed on the button. Shape style. Set the shape of the button. We draw a button and combine its control function to the pipe we created before. We use a button to control pipe flow. Choose button from external tool and draw a button on the picture. Set the color of caption and font properties of the button. We set the caption of the button as web control. Set the normal color, pressed color, and get focus color properties. Set the mount net down animation of the button. When combine the pipe flow animation to even created tag WebGate1 and control WebGate1 on or off status and pipe flow or stop status by this button. Save picture and switch to wheel. Then we can use a button to control pipe flow. Section 2. Make genius. Genius is similar to combined elements in appearance and contains abundant elements and logic control. Engineers only need to take it from the genius onto pictures and do a little modification work when they want to use it for complex control functions. Kinska 3.1 Genius Base provides frequently used genius for users. If there is no genius that can fulfill your need, you can develop one and put it into Genius Base for later use. Next, we will make a Linkage level display genius for this project use. This genius can display in dynamic Linkage level and its value. Learn about Genius Development Interface. Open File menu in Picture Editor and choose New Genius. Genius Development Interface pops up. Genius Development Interface is similar to Picture Development Interface. Both of them are composed of menu bar, toolbox, and picture editor area and property window, and the operation is basically the same. Create Genius. Step 1. Make a facade of Genius. First, we draw a Genius element by rectangle, line, and text. Set their color by palette to get the goggles color we need. This genus is composed of 6 parts, which we mark by character A, B, C, D, E, F, then combine them together to form the genus we need. In the process of making genus, we will adjust the layer of the element by the following step. Choose the element, right-click to pop up the menu, and then choose Position to adjust. Step 2. Configure the property and create variables of genus. We need to think about which property to configure, which property needs modification in use, and what functions the genus should have. In this genus, we consider to configure the following properties: the background color of the whole liquid color, the max value and the mean value of the liquid level. We need to connect liquid level to text. Property configuration. Right-click the contact. Click Properties. Choose End Property from the pop-up menu, then the Property Configuration dialog box pop up. We first configure background color, property name, back color, property type, brush. Click the button next to default to pop up palette by which we set the default brush. By this way, we can fix the liquid level, property name, fluid color, property type, brush. Masked liquid level, property name, maxed. Property type, fluid. Mean liquid level, property name, mean. Property type, float. Define text. Text created here are local text. They cannot be used in other places on this project, but only be used in this genus. Now we define a tag to connect with linked level. Right-click variables and choose End variables to pop up variable define dialog box. Variable name, float value. Variable type, float. Initial value, 0. By now we have complete configuring genus properties and variables definition. Next, we will define the animation of genus. Step 3. Create animation links of genus. Animation links of genus is to connect the properties and variables to specific graphic element. First, we connect background color with the linked panel. Element 1. Element A. Choose the rectangle and side brush property by following step. Click button after brush property to pop up the dialog. Choose Color property with defined and click OK to finish this animation link. By the same way, we can configure the color of linked level element D. Click button after brush property to pop up the dialog. Choose fluid color property with defined and click OK to finish this animation link. Next, set the linked scale. The linked scale animation. Choose the round rectangle work at linked level, and open End link from links and choose vertical scale animation to pop up the dialog box and configure parameters in this interface. Choose Connect variable as fluid value. Here you can only choose the variables defined with the genus. Choose Scaling Style as linear scaling. Choose Reference as button. Set value at mean height. Click button to pop up dialog box. Choose mean and click OK. Set value at max height. Click button to pop up dialog box. Choose max and click OK. After configuration, click OK to finish configuration. Step 4. Save genus. By now, we have finished all the animation links and genus development. Open File menu and choose Save to pop up genus save dialog box. We choose genus graphic folders on the top and choose New Folder from the right-click menu and name the new folder as Many Genus. Then name the genus such as Genus 1. Now the genus is saved. We will use this genus in this project. Section 3. Make graphic model. Graphic model simulates a field device such as graphic display, animation links, security configuration, and scripting of boiler, motor device, and so on. Combine all these functions together to form graphic model. Users only need instantiation when using model. Just a few configurations could the graphic display and animation be deployed in the project. Comparing with Genius, graphic model has the advantage that it not only has animation links but also supports scripts, and when the model is re-edited, the modification will update to the instantiation objects. We use the Genius we made before and the tank to make a graphic model for this training project. Step 1. Create a graphic model. Choose Where Graphics Model from Tree directory in Kinska 3.1 Development Environment, and then click New button to pop up the dialog. Enter graphic name in the dialog box, for example, tank. Set the other items such as comment, author, according to your need. Then click OK. The graphic model appears in the right edit area of the development environment. Double-click the graphic model icon and graphic development dialog box pops up. Graphic model development interface has the same layout with picture editor. Both options consist of menu bar, toolbar, picture editor area, property window, and links window. We use a basic picture drawing tool, ellipse and rectangle to make the tank, and use the linear brush to show the mental extra to make the tank look more beautiful. Intermediate color can be set by brush property. We add a round rectangle and text to show current level. Set pen and brush property of round rectangle to add beauty, and modify the color and font of the text. In order to easily illustrate, we see the tank A elements, rectangle B element, and text C element. After making the tank body, we get the Genius we made before from the Genius library and put it onto the tank body. Click button on the toolbar to open Genius library. And choose from and choose from My Genius. Double-click the linked indicator Genius from the right area and put it into the picture editor area. We call Genius D element. Then we combine the tag and genius into one object. When combining, we will use the pixel adjustment. Right-click the tag, select position and adjust it according to your need. Step 2. Define properties and variables of graphic model. Property and variable definition is the same with property and variable definition of genius. For detailed steps, refer to the definition of genius property and variable. Graphic model property to be defined. Time color, color of element A. Bold color, color of genius D. Linked color, linked color of genius D. Text box color, background color of element B. Font, font of element C. Max and min. According to max and min properties of genius D, that's linked level max and min value. Max and color properties are chosen as brush type, font property as font, max and min property as float type. Define variable of graphic model as linked level. This variable is connected with the linked level of genius to show linked level and also connected to test to output the linked level. Step 3. Create animation of graphic model. Animation of graphic is similar to genius animation explained before. Connect properties to graphic. Connect color of tank element A with tank color property. Choose rectangle. Choose rectangle and set its brush property on the right property window. Click button to pop up the dialog box. Choose the property rectangular and click OK to finish. To finish, do as the same way to set the ellipse brush property. Set the color of element B. Choose the round rectangle and click next to the brush property to property window to pop up the dialog box. Connect text box color property to it. Set text font property of element C. Click button after text font property in property window to pop up the dialog box. Connect font property to it. Set Genius properties. Select Genius and its properties window. First, set ByColor property. Click button to pop up the dialog box and connect bold color property to it. Set fluid color property through the same way, and connect liquid color property to it. Connect max property to max property of graphic model, and min property to min property of graphic model. Connect variable to graphic. After property configuration, we will connect variable. There are two places needing variable configuration. One is analog output of text, element C, and another is liquid level of Genius. These two connect with the same variable liquid level. Double-click text double punch to pop up Edit Animation dialog box. Click and link to open the job list menu and choose Value Output Analog Output to pop up Edit Animation dialog box. Click button in this dialog box to open Text Selector dialog box. We can choose System Text and Graphic Model variables. Here, we choose Graphic Model variables. Click Liquid Level variable in the red area and click OK to finish variable connection. We have finished connecting variables. Write scripts of graphic model in the period in the previous Genius section, we learned that Genius supports animation links. Now the graphic model supports not only animation links but also scripts. Next, we will give an example of using scripts in graphic model. We assume that text double punch displays in different color according to different liquid level. For example, when liquid level is higher than 19% and lower than 10%, text display in red color as the alarm color. When the liquid level is between 10 to 19%, the text displayed in green color as the normal color. we can use graphic scripts to realize this function. Graphic scripts can be divided into three categories: unopened, where open, and unclosed. We need to set test color. Test color property can be configured as how we explained before. We add learn color and normal color properties, and their type is brush. Default color can be set by parent. When finished with parameter configuration, we will write scripts. Make sure not to select any animation. Click link label in the right and choose End link misc to open the job list menu. We choose unopen to pop up the interface and enter following scripts. Write will open scripts with the same method and the same scripts. Modify the execute period from 3000 milliseconds to 1000 milliseconds. Here we don't use unclose, so we write no scripts there. Graphic scripts writing is finished. Section 4. Make field flow picture. We made field flow picture with the basic graphic tool, Genius and graphic model we made before. New picture. Open File menu in KingsCAD 3.1 Picture Editor and choose New Picture to pop up the dialog box. Set the dialog box as follows. Name Monitoring. The other items can be set according to your need. Click OK button when finished with the above configuration, and this picture will be created. We can also set the picture properties in the Properties window. For example, by clicking button after Background property, you can set background color of the picture. Besides Picture Property window, all the graphic elements and controls have corresponding properties window when they are edited, such as Button Properties window, Learn window Properties window, Change Curves Properties window. Some properties cannot only be modified in development environment, but also in running environment. Make files picture. Step 1. Open Object menu in Picture Editor and choose Graphic Model. To open the Graphic Model dialog box, choose the graphic model we created before and to model instantiation onto the picture. Step 2. Open Object menu in Picture Editor and choose Genius to open Genius Library and choose Custom Text to enter reactor with Blender onto the picture. This reactor controls the Blender's running status by controlling the motor and can display value by a meter. When mouse moves over the meter, it will be zoomed out on wheels. We can enter pumps and valves from Genius Library onto the picture with the same step. Step 3. Make connection with pumps. Connect each pump, valve, tank and blender with pumps in Basic 2. Step 4. Mark with text. Use text T in Basic 2 box to name every graphic element. By now, we have finished make flow picture. In order to make it more pleasing to the eye, we can do further detailed work. For example, make the background wall to the picture from Genius Library to draw flow with the basic tool of polygon and set its brush property as texture. After finishing the flow picture, we can set the graphic element properties and animation links according to the project needs. Configure graphic element. We set the element according to what is needed in the project. First, set raw material tank. Choose model object and modify the properties in Properties window. We can set these properties by clicking button. Properties configuration of catalyst tag is similar to the raw material tag. Configure animation link of raw material tag. Choose raw material and click links label on the right. Click button to pop up select tag dialog box. Select the model variable. Set the linkage level of catalyst tank by the same step and connect it with linkage level. In order to distinguish the pipes with different fluid in them, we set 3 different fluid colors by modifying the inner color property of pipes. Pipes display different colors in well environment. Running and stopping flow in pipes is controlled by the property links mix pipe flow. As to how to control the pipe's flow according to pumps and valve status, we will explain in next chapter. By now, a complete flow picture is established. It is a static picture. Next chapter we will explain how to make it with animation.